Hello, everyone. Welcome to another Yin Yoga class. Today we'll be going through 1 hour of Yin Yoga poses where we will hold our poses for up to 5 minutes. And we will also be practicing some guided breath meditation throughout our class today. We will need some yoga blocks. 2 is probably fine, but if you have a third one, why not have it available? Also, you may like to have 2 pillows or a bolster or something a little bit more cushiony. And as always, you are welcome to do your practice in bed or really anywhere that suits your practice. You can also feel free to make any modifications that feel better for your body. Any and all modifications are welcome. You know your body best. So when you're ready, come to a seated position on your mat and bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Feel free to take up a lot of space between your hips and your feet. So if you need to, you can send your feet forwards more, creating a bigger gap. What we're going to do is we're going to slowly start to fold forwards, walking our palms forwards, trying to keep our spine straight as long as we can. When you feel like you can't keep your spine straight anymore, you can start to allow your spine to round down. Now, if your knees are really high off of the ground and they feel unstable, or you would like more support, you can place 2 blocks underneath your knees or 2 pillows. So finding whatever is comfortable for you. Once you fold forwards and round down, if you need to, it may feel nice to have a third block or a pillow or a stack of pillows in front of you to rest your chest or to rest your forehead. If you can, see if you can allow your head and neck to relax completely. Allow your head to hang heavy. And feel the weight of your shoulders. Imagine allowing your shoulders to become even heavier, sinking into the ground beneath you. Knowing that the earth beneath you is here to support all of you, no matter how much weight you give it. If your eyes are open, I invite you to gently close your eyes as we begin our practice. And start to draw your attention towards your breath. Maybe start with just one thing that you notice about your breath. The rate, fast or slow. The rhythm, smooth and continuous, or choppy and chaotic. See if you can notice and be aware of your breath without attaching any judgment towards it, without reacting or attaching to your breath in any way. And by now, It's completely normal for your mind to have already wandered away from the breath. If that has happened, and when it continues to happen, allow yourself to notice what types of thoughts interrupt your breath awareness. And if you want, you can even label it work, responsibilities, family, friends. And instead of judging yourself or being critical towards yourself for your mind wandering, see if you can be kind to yourself, be patient with your mind, and even be grateful for all of these thoughts running through your mind. And then take a moment to acknowledge the thoughts and imagine yourself setting those thoughts aside as if those thoughts were something you could hold in your hand and you could place them by the door or in a corner of your room, in a corner of your mind. And then drawing your attention back to your breath and to the sensations you feel in your body. Let's take a moment to take a breath together here. And so exhale, empty out your lungs wherever you are. Take an easy inhale through the nose. And exhale out of your mouth. Take one last moment here to notice any subtleties in your body. Notice where you feel open and spacious. And then take note of where you feel tension. This can feel like gripping or clenching. And throughout our practice today, see if you can use your breath as an anchor to stay present, to feel the sensations in your body, to learn about your body, and to breathe openness, spaciousness into those areas of tension, whether they're in your mind or in the physical body. On your next inhale, slowly push into the palms of your hands to lift your torso back up. We'll move into half butterfly. So keeping your right leg where it is, extend your left leg long. And depending on how your body is feeling today, you may want to make this more of an active pose, or you may want to make it more of a restorative pose. If your hamstrings are feeling really tight, you're more than welcome to allow a bend in your left leg and place something underneath for support, a block or a pillow underneath your knee or your thigh. And if you want to go for the more active pose, keep your foot either flexed or pointed. If it feels more comfortable for you, you can adjust your right foot so that your foot is resting against the inner thigh of your left leg. From here, we'll take a gentle twist. You can place your left hand anywhere on your right leg. You might find it comfortable to rest it on your shin, on your foot, or even on your knee if you're particularly flexible. Wherever you place it, start to slowly lower your left shoulder down to the mat. You may not lower very far before you start to feel a stretch in your right side body. If you're very far off the ground, you might find it comfortable to grab your pillows and place them on your left thigh so that as you twist and drop down to the ground, your left side will have something to lean against. From here, if you can relax your head and neck, dropping it down towards the ground. Relax your shoulder, dropping it down towards the ground, towards the inside of your left leg. There's several options for your right arm here. Keep in mind that we will be holding this pose for several minutes. So it may feel comfortable to place your right hand behind you, resting on your lower back. Your right hand can also choose to come behind your head as a support for your head and neck. And for the really active version, you can extend that right arm, reaching towards your left foot. Keep in mind again that you will be holding this pose for several minutes. Once you find the variation that works best for you today, instead of straining and forcing a stretch here, just trust that over time, just by holding the pose, gravity, your body, and your breath will do the work for you. And so all you need to do is breathe into the areas you feel tension and see if you can surrender that tension. Trade it in for new energy, for new space. Over time, you may notice that your side body is releasing more. So maybe your left shoulder can come closer down to the ground. You might need to remove a pillow to allow yourself to drop further. It may also feel nice to place the pillow between your left shoulder and your left ear as a rest for your head. Check in again with your breath. Notice if your mind has begun to wander once again. And kindly, gently, with love, guide your awareness back to your breath, back to your body. Relax every muscle. You don't need to hold this pose. Soften your jaw. Relax the space between your eyebrows, your forehead, your cheeks. Notice again if you've begun to tense anywhere. See if you can allow both of your shoulders to be even heavier. And on your next inhale, see if you can breathe into the space of your right side body. And allow that area to expand over time. On your next inhale, in your own time, slowly bring your right hand back in front of you and push into both palms of your hands to slowly lift your body back up. Ensuring you're moving very slowly, allowing your spine time to adjust and feel the different sensations the pose has given you. We'll move on to half butterfly on the right side. So bring your left leg back to meet the right in the middle. Extend your right leg straight and out to the side. Again, the option to place the sole of your left foot against the inner thigh of your right leg. And so you may feel that one side is very different than the other. So if you need different modifications from one side to the other, know that that is totally okay. If it is possible, see if you can use the same modifications you were using on both sides, just to keep things balanced. But as I mentioned earlier, you know your body best. So taking what modification you need in your own time, slowly Start to drop your right shoulder down towards the mat on the inside of your right leg. Your left arm, again, has very many places it can choose to be. Resting against the low back behind you. Supporting your head and neck. Or reaching for your right leg, right foot. Again, for the side twist, I particularly like to have several pillows available to support me as my body slowly starts to sink down towards my right leg. Once you've settled into your position, notice again how your breath is feeling in this moment. And perhaps you may notice that it has changed. I invite you to be curious about your body, to notice the changes in your breath, noticing them without judgment, just seeing them as a way to learn about yourself, about your body in this present moment. It's normal when we come into positions like twists or positions that bring a certain level of intensity for your breath to become more chaotic and shallow and short. And so if you notice these changes, I invite you to allow gravity to take over here. Relax all the muscles you don't need. And breathe into your left side body. Notice again the types of thoughts running through your mind, how they make you feel. And see if you can guide your thoughts and your awareness back to your breath once more. On your next inhale, slowly lift your torso back up. Bring your spine back to neutral. And from here, we move into a supported bridge pose. So grabbing your block, you're gonna make your way to a position where you're lying all the way down on your back, and take your time getting there. Once you're on your back, bend your knees and place the soles of your feet on the floor. Bring your heels so that they're closer to your hips, and keep your feet about hips distance apart. From here, you're going to push into the soles of your feet and engage your core to lift your butt off of the ground. While you do that, you're going to place the block underneath your sacrum. So anywhere between your tailbone and your low back. Find a place that's comfortable for you. This will be different for everyone. And also find a setting that's comfortable for you. If you're very new to back bends, you may want to start off on the lowest setting. If you have a very flexible back and you'd like a little more intensity, you're welcome to adjust to the medium setting or even the highest setting. But take note that the highest setting is also the least stable because it's the smallest surface area against the ground. So just be mindful of that if you choose that height, to be careful, making sure that it's in a good position before you place all of your weights down. From here, you can keep your arms down by your sides. Your palms can be facing up or down, or you can have your arms out into a T if you'd like a little bit more release in your chest. Once you find the setting that's comfortable for you and the positioning of the block, allow your weight to gently fold over top of the block. So there's no need to push hard into the ground with the soles of your feet any longer. Soles of your feet are simply there for balance. And you can allow the weight of the body to sink and melt over top of the block. And check in with your body again. Notice if you're carrying any excess tension. See if there's a way you can let your muscles relax, even just 1% more. Feel the weight of your shoulder blades heavy into the ground. If you want, you can even nestle them into the ground even more, taking that mindful moment. Also check in with your head and neck. Notice if there's any tension there. If there is tension, tuck your chin into your chest ever so slightly. And then slowly turn your head from side to side. And find a little bit more length in the back of your neck. And once you've found a nice release in your neck and your head, come back to neutral and find stillness once more. And if you're still feeling any uncomfortable feelings in your head or neck, dig into your shoulders more. Reposition your weight so that it's more in your shoulder blades and less in your head and neck. And holding this back bend pose is really wonderful for anybody who works at a desk all day or uses a computer or a phone a lot. It helps to restore the natural curve in your lumbar spine, your low back, something that we tend to lose over time. This position is also a very slight inversion, with the hips being elevated above the head. And so you'll find a renewal of energy, of life force in your body. So take a couple more moments, a couple more breaths to really enjoy this pose. Enjoy whatever you're feeling in your body, even if you're feeling tension. See if there's a way you can find a moment of joy, of peace, of happiness right now. And then slowly, slowly, in your own time, bring your hands, palms facing down, back to your sides. and pushing into the soles of your feet, activating your core for just a moment. Lift your hips up so that you can bring the block out from underneath you. Lower your spine all the way back down. Take a moment here to allow your knees to fall from side to side. Gentle windshield wipering of the legs. To notice, reset the spine, loosen any last tension you may have holding there. And from here, we'll take a supine pigeon pose, also called eye of the needle. I'm sure many other names. So lifting your right knee in towards your chest. Turn your knee out and place your right ankle on top of your left knee. Keep your right foot flexed to protect your knee joint. And from here, if this is already enough sensation in your right hip, you can choose to stay right there with your legs. If you need more sensation, you can lift your left foot off of the ground, perhaps grabbing hold of the left thigh or left shin. You can also choose to use both hands, the right hand resting on the right knee to keep that hip open, and the left hand resting on the left shin, the left thigh to keep pushing that leg, that shin of your right leg closer towards your body. So finding whatever is most comfortable for you here. Again, there's no need to force or strain here, especially with something as delicate as the hip. Very intense sensations coming from there, even from just a minor movement. Take a moment again to check in with the rest of your body. Notice if you've begun to grip or clench anywhere. Let your shoulders be heavy into the ground once more. Soften your jaw. Relax all the muscles in your face. All the muscles you don't need to hold this pose. And breathe now into the area of your right hip. Feel that space opening and releasing tension. And again, just notice how over time your body slowly releases. Your right shin comes closer to your chest, even by just a millimeter, as your right hip opens and expands, releasing both physical and perhaps emotional tension. If your left foot is lifted, go ahead and slowly release any grips on your hands. Allow your left foot to come back to the ground. And place your right foot back on the ground. Take one breath here. And really allow the whole of your spine to settle into the ground here. Exhale, empty out your lungs wherever you are. And take a nice inhale through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. When you're ready, lift your left knee into your chest. Turn your left knee outwards. Flex or point your left foot. Place the left ankle over top of your right knee. Stay here. That's enough intensity. And if not, you can slowly begin to lift your right foot off of the ground. Grabbing hold of the back of your right thigh or right shin. And perhaps using your left hand to keep your left hip open. Placing that left hand against the left knee. Notice again if you feel any different sensations between this side and the right side. Perhaps one hip feels tighter than the other. And being okay with that, acknowledging that, and even celebrating it, that in this moment you've learned something about your body. And soften your jaw once again. Relax your cheekbone. Perhaps relax your tongue away from the roof of your mouth. Maybe your face is so relaxed. You allow your teeth to separate. Maybe your mouth even opens a little. Notice again how your breath is feeling in this moment. What subtleties can you learn about your breath? Where do you feel it as it enters your body? What do you feel when you exhale? Maybe you're having trouble connecting to any types of feelings. Maybe you feel nothing. And that's okay too. In your own time, slowly release any grips on your hand. Release your right foot back to the ground. Place your left foot down beside it. Let's take a breath here again to settle in. Notice any new sensations and any old. Exhale, empty out your lungs wherever they are. Take an easy inhale through your nose. And exhale out of the mouth, really exaggerate it. From here, let's go ahead and take a happy baby pose. Really getting nice and juicy in the hips today. So, bending both of your knees in towards your chest, and then imagining that you're stomping on the ceiling, soles of your feet turning up towards the ceiling. Grab hold of your feet with your hands, grabbing hold from the inside, and then draw your knees down towards the ground beside you. When you found the basic position, allow your shoulders and your arms to be heavy. Imagine them being heavier and heavier with each and every breath, so that this weight in your arms slowly draws your knees back down towards the ground, slowly helping to open up and release any holding, any tension in your hips. And if you like, you can find some mindful moments for movement here. You can extend one leg out straight and alternate that. You can also choose to rock from side to side, giving your low back a gentle massage. You can also bend and open your knees, extending both legs out at the same time. Or you can simply choose to find stillness. Take whatever feels right for your body today. It's normal for this position to cause some strain or tension in the neck and in the shoulders. So if you notice that happening, see if you can bring your awareness to those areas and maybe actively draw your shoulders down and back, bringing your shoulders away from your ears, finding more length in the back of your neck. Again, maybe rocking your head from side to side very slowly. Imagining your shoulder blades becoming heavy, cementing down into the ground beneath you. And you can choose to stay in your happy baby for a couple more moments. In your own time, whenever you're ready, slowly release any grips you have on your hands and extend your legs all the way long on the mat. Ending our practice today in Shavasana. We'll end practice today with a combination of light and breath meditation. And so, if your eyes are open, gently close your eyes now and visualize an intense, beautiful, energizing light at your heart center. You might imagine that in the center of your heart, your chest, there's a little sun, like the sun of our world. And just like the sun is powerful, its light, its energy, it's bright and uplifting, burning with a fire and a passion, with power. Imagine that this sun in your heart center carries that same level of intensity, of energy, of life and light. Now bring your awareness both to your heart center and also to your breath. Take a moment to just sense the breath in your body. Notice the rise and fall in your chest. Now, every time you inhale, imagine the sun, the light, the spirit, your life in your heart center, glowing brighter, growing bigger inside you, expanding outwards. Imagine that light so bright, it's opaque, you can't see through it. So bright, it illuminates any darkness. And with each and every exhale, send that energy outwards. Imagine all of your cells lighting up with this energy. Maybe you imagine your skin glowing. Maybe the air around you, the ground beneath you. Take a couple more moments to cultivate this beautiful light, life, energy inside you. Coursing through every vein, reinvigorating every cell, illuminating every thought in your mind. You can stay here for as long as you like. When you're ready, softly open your eyes and see the room around you, the space around you, as if it was filled with this light coming from your heart center. And slowly you can come to one side to come back to seated. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center and feel this new space, this new light inside you. Let's take one last breath together here. Exhale, empty out your lungs wherever you are. Take a nice, easy inhale. Hold at the top for just a moment. Imagine this air as an extra bubble of energy, of life. Exhale out of your mouth. Thank you so much for taking this time for yourself today, for joining me in your practice, for joining Min in your practice. I hope to see you again very soon.